Tonight's coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Henry again on second down. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On third down, Henry. And every tackle about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. There he goes right side. Mark Andrews. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 61 yards. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it 2nd and 7. Henry up the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it off him, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it again with Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And the Baltimore first down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now Lamar changing the play. Now it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Jackson. Now he'll take this and run. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down.
That's a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And quickly, they get to the line.
Loss of 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
Jackson. And he fends him off. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Jackson now. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. From midfield now, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half.
One quick.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10.
DC, right?
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, You're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man. And he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though. But I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
A first down carry for Henry. A beautiful fake. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First down. 1st and 10.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And a stop made by Cam Taylor-Britt. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to take him out.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit. But this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this a very important drive leading into 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. They begin with Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
This is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
What?
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Baltimore down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Raven.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
13.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him and we will step aside. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. Jackson will keep it. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This 2nd and 4. Now a handoff to Henry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Draw play. This is Henry. Nifty move. And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
I know in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give to Henry. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Missing
So
right.
they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.